Hey guys, so real quick, this session was very powerful, and I'm going to ask that you guys hold love in your hearts when you watch it for the beautiful soul who allowed us to share this with you. Um, so that's all I ask. Hold love in your heart for her as you watch it and send that love out. We appreciate you, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me and enjoying these videos. So here we go. Bye. Are you getting visuals?
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing?
Nothing. I'm in a room, it's pitch black. Trying to look for, my hands are out, trying to look, trying to graze the walls, trying to look for the light switch. Can't see.
Do you find the light switch?
No.
What is the feeling? Go
There
ahead.
is no light switch.
What is the feeling of the room?
There's nothing in here. It's like a small room. Or narrow. Yeah, narrow, because I could touch the wall on the side. I'm just kind of guiding myself by walking forward and touching walls and kind of going up and down, just trying to feel my way through.
What is the feeling in that room?
Partially lost? Kind of claustrophobic. Trying to figure out like direction. Like, can I get out of here? Stuck?
Feeling stuck. Anything else?
No. Just want to get out.
Okay, let's connect to the higher self now.
I feel a resistant connection, but allowing.
Okay. Do we have permission?
Hesitant, but saying like, okay.
Okay.
That is okay.
Yeah. We'll take that as a yes. Okay.
Very hesitant, like not trusting, but okay.
Like side eye.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. Like
like I don't know who you are, but okay.
yeah.
Okay. So let's ask the higher self why we saw that black room with the narrow walls. And assure the higher self that we are here with good intentions and open hearts. We want to help.
We show that to represent kind of like feeling a little trapped, and for her to understand that she can't look outside of herself to find the switch when she is the light.
Mm.
She could have easily illuminated that room just by herself.
Mm. Okay.
I feel like the distribution of her power is given outside all the time, doesn't preserve for herself.
She's giving her power away.
Mm-hmm. And she needs to get her power back.
How does she do that? How does she get her power back?
She can start with meditation and visualization. A good way to think of it is like thinking of the energy that she's given out throughout, perhaps her existence, as specks of light coming back in like a reverse starburst.
Mm.
She is the magnet and it's all coming back to her.
Mm-hmm.
Visualize that light within her. And as her energy comes back to her, she becomes brighter, stronger. And something a block in the feet and the top of the head. So like the connection below and above are blocked.
What is causing this blockage?
I feel it's partially like negative thought forms are a big part.
Let's start with the feet. So are there negative thought forms at the feet?
Yeah, I feel like her trauma and sadness and anger have become so dense that they're like in the bottom of her feet.
Mm.
Her mind could be very busy, and that's why it's like blocked at the top, like negative thought form. I feel she needs to be kinder to herself.
Is there any way we can help her release some of these thought forms today?
Yes, can loosen it up.
Thank you. And after we loosen it up, how does she finish releasing this?
By acknowledging herself, things that she's been through, giving her trauma a voice. A lot of self-compassion, nurturing, love, self-love, patience.
Are these thought forms preventing her from doing these things? Because
She has no self-worth, really. Like, I feel like it's very small.
well, one of her questions is, why do I hate my body and self so much? And how can I learn to love myself?
And this is it. She needs to start holding herself accountable. I mean, for the progression in her life, getting herself out of the victim. She could take her power back. This is where we begin. And she really has to start having compassion and love for herself, so she can start removing what doesn't serve her anymore. Always back to storylines, storyline upon storyline upon storyline of what happened to her or what she's been through, how she's been wronged. It's a replay, a karmic replay. I'm seeing her, but like as the Russian dolls.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Russian dolls, and it's the same storyline. So
So
it's repeating.
she's been carrying this for lifetimes.
Yes, that's why it's getting heavier and heavier, and it's really coming to a point where it's getting so unbearable that now she has to do something about it. She has to release it, be conscious of it, doesn't have to know what they are. She just has to be willing to release it because she's holding herself prisoner. She's the one who's keeping her stuck in this darkness, without knowing that she has the power within herself to get herself out. She is the key to get out. Nothing outside of herself. She can't blame anything anymore. There's no point in that. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to save her or help her to feel better. She has to be the one to release all of it, knowing that she doesn't have to carry this pain anymore. Eons and eons of pain. She's just repeating the same pattern, and now that it's coming to a point of being unbearable, it's just pushing her to that direction where she really has to surrender now. Learn how to surrender and say, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. My life is definitely not perfect, but I can make the change right now. At this point forward, doesn't matter what happened before. It's now, and all my now moments now.
Okay. Because her other question is, how do I deal with my feelings of betrayal and abandonment and feeling like a puppet for my higher self to have her experiences on earth? I know I chose this experience, but I'm still really angry about it. She's very angry about it, even though she knows she chose these experiences.
She's entitled to her feelings. One, she needs to validate herself. It's okay to be angry. You have every right to be angry. What is it showing you? if you could pinpoint the age where you were hurt the most, what can you say to yourself at that age? What would you need at that age to feel better, to know that it happened, and how, if she can take herself out of that, how is it supposed to serve her? How could it be of service to her in her growth?
And also
What did she need?
Go ahead.
No, it's just to know, what did she need? What does she need?
And then giving herself that.
Yes, it always comes back to that. It cannot be anyone else who can give that to her. She has to do it for herself. It's just a little stubborn, very stubborn, but to understand that she needs to nurture herself, really have compassion for what she's been through, hold herself, physically hold herself. She is safe. Her body has to feel that safety. She has to develop a relationship with her body to know that it was there to protect her. The thought forms are what's protecting her as well. She's so used to creating like worst case scenarios in her mind because she's so in that mindset that, well, something else is going to happen. So it's like she's already mentally preparing herself, but she's manifesting these thoughts and they are going to come true with more negativity, more things that are not serving her. And her body is just stuffing it down into her, making herself loathe, creating more and more thoughts, bombarding her energy, blocking her creativity, her heart space. Everything is just blocked.
What is the one thing she can do right now to start to put an end to this cycle?
Forgiveness is a huge thing. Forgiving without receiving any apology. Really forgive. I feel that sense of forgiveness and I can see it, that when she's able to go into that space of forgiveness, I see everything just cracking open and I just see light appear, like coming through the cracks. She needs to break herself open, allow again that vulnerability to come through, to be honest with herself, not the ego honesty. She has to be honest. Who she really is has to be honest with herself. She's going to have to develop that strong tie with herself, take her power back, and be able to know who is speaking inside. Mainly, it's going to be the ego. When it's not serving her positively, it is not herself, it is the ego. Or it's the child or the teenager or whoever in there that needs to be seen and heard. But she needs to know, determine the difference, shut those thoughts for now off, or to acknowledge, like, I hear you, I get it, I see you. But we don't have to suffer anymore. It's just that knowing we don't have to suffer anymore. Be present. Just be present in that. And let her feel that peace. She can create it. Just as she can self-create all the negativity around her, she can self-create the peace as well. Moment to moment, even if it's just a couple of seconds at a time. Just keep catching it, bring it back. Just keep exhaling, but let it go. Be present.
Beautiful, thank you. So, she has a question about, so she says, what is the purpose for me as her 3D self, her 3D earth consciousness, to be in a relationship with Jim, who is an alien, if I can't or I'm not allowed to remember our interactions or even my feelings for him?
So what would she like to know?
What is the purpose of that relationship if she can't even, if she's not allowed to remember her interaction or feelings for him?
I feel like her focus right now in this 3D is what's blocking her from remembering. It's like it's so dense around her, and that things are simultaneously happening, you know, in different timelines, dimensions, in the background.
So the density of her thought forms are
Are
blocking.
blocking her from remembering.
Mm-hmm.
She has the power to remember. It's just that right now, she's kind of like not in a state of emergency, but it's like this is what is blocking her.
Right.
She's so blocked.
It's at the forefront.
Yes, she needs to address that first before she could even think about other things. But it's happening simultaneously. But it's not of importance right now because she, in order for her to tap into these things that are happening in the background, she needs to release a lot of stuff that's happening right now that, you know, that's keeping her, you know, that's affecting her 3D body from having that spiritual experience. The spiritual experience is in actually her sitting and coming back into her body and releasing everything that had been accumulated. Healing herself and breaking all of that karmic stuff that had happened previous to that. Bringing back all her Russian dolls back into one, to be one. Get all her power back and just break it all. Cut all the cords. Everything has to be cut.
And all she has to do is sit down with the intention to cut away or release all of those past lives, all of the pain, trauma, and suffering from those past lives. You don't need to know what happened. You can just have the intention to let go and release them now. Mm-hmm. And also whatever contracts you have that are, you know, holding you back, right?
Yeah, you don't have to know. It's really just like if a situation does come forward, to understand that it's done. What you feel, you can release, acknowledge it, of course. You know, validate yourself that what you feel is real. However, it's not happening right now. You're keeping that cord to the past, and it's pulling you back, and it's sucking the life out of you, because it's taking away from where you are right now. You're not able to live right now in the present. I just feel like all her energy is just being sucked backwards. And now it's just like she needs to come and take everything back, take her power back, so she could stand sovereign now.
Yeah, she needs to take her power back, and that will help her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And it'll open everything that she's being blocked to at this moment. Right now, her attention, why she's not remembering, is because her attention is being brought back to herself. She needs to come back to herself before she could expand outward. All her powers within, and she needs to go back there and just,
yeah,
regain that strength.
yeah. Well, after we're done answering questions, I'm gonna send her a little blast of source energy to help loosen those things up so she can release them more easily.
Okay.
Our last question is, why is my cat licking all the fur off his body? And how can she help him?
He himself is like self-soothing. It's just a mirror to her. He's coping, showing her how to cope. It's just coping. That will stop when she can do the same for herself. Learn how to cope. Healthy.
So they're both using unhealthy coping mechanisms right now.
Yes. The exchange, her energetic, aura or around her is affecting the cat. And the cat is just coping.
And so what can she do to help him?
She needs to really believe it in herself that she wants this to start the self-healing process. Just that energy change in her will affect him, like the cat. And the cat instinctively knows. It will know.
Mm-hmm. She wants to know if she should still give him the medicine from the vet.
If it'll help him for now, yes. Until she feels more comfortable that with her own energy.
Okay. Okay. Are there any final messages today?
Just a big reminder that you are the light. You don't have to be stuck or feel like you're stuck. You can easily get yourself out when you believe that you have the power to do so. And you have such a beautiful energy inside waiting for you to discover it. You're going to be able to show your transformation. You're going to see your transformation. And those around you are going to see the changes in you. Just the light in your eyes are going to come back. Your smile is going to change. Just how you carry yourself is going to change. Not only be heavy anymore, you'll feel lighter. And the day is going to come when you're going to be happy to be alive, that you're here. You're going to get that vitality back. That version of yourself exists, and you just have to hold that thought, hold that intention to see the best version of yourself that exists.
That is beautiful advice. Thank you. And when we hold that vision of ourselves as in the highest and best version, all we have to do then is align with it,
Hmm.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want you to, when you listen to this recording, I'm going to send you a burst of source light.